Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're talking about bad habits that I see done when doing tee work. So tee work can be part of your routine. I know some people believe that tee work is the greatest thing of all time and you should only do tee work. And there's other people that believe that you should never, ever hit off a tee. I believe that tee work should be part of a routine, can be part of a routine, just like anything, just like side toss, just like front toss, BP, machine, whatever it is, everything has a place. And so you can definitely get some good things out of tee work. But you got to make sure when you're doing it that you're doing it properly and you don't do these few things that we're going to talk about, okay? So these are some of the common mistakes that I see done when using the tee. So the first thing is having no plan or thought behind every swing off the tee. So what I see done often is players set the tee up and they think of it more of just like a get loose exercise. So they put a ball on the tee and they just swing, they hit the ball, they put another ball and they swing, and they're just kind of going through the motions like they're getting loose, okay? Every swing, every single swing can either make you better or get you worse. A lot of players don't realize this, I don't think. I think they just think, well, I'm getting reps in, so I must be getting better. So if you just use the tee as just okay, I'm just gonna kind of go through the motions right here, and you spend 10 minutes doing that every day, you just spent 10 minutes making yourself a worse player. So I need to have a thought behind every single swing I take off the tee. Now that can be mechanically, right? One thing the tee is really good for is I can just go out there all by myself and I can work on certain parts of my swing. So whether this thought is mechanics, okay, I'm gonna put the ball on the tee, and for this swing I'm gonna think about something. It can be anything that you want it to be, but I should have a thought behind each swing, okay? Or maybe it's not mechanics, maybe it's just approach or where I'm going to attack the ball, right? Maybe I'm saying, okay, I'm going to drive this ball, I'm going to hit a line drive right here. I'm going to set the ball up middle, and so I'm going to attack this thing from the inside, and I'm going to drive a ball right here. Whatever the thought is, the important thing is there must be some type of thought, and we're not just going through the motions, all right? That's the first thing. The second thing is imagining a pitch being thrown and actually tracking the ball. So the other thing a lot of players do is they put the ball on a tee, and they just set up, and they just stare at the ball, right? They just stare at it, and then they go ahead and hit. Well, two things. One, you're never going to do that in the game, right? It's not replicating a game. In a game, we're going to watch the pitcher, we're going to track the ball into the hitting zone. So I'm not doing that, so it's not very game-like. The second thing is, when I just stare down like this at a ball right here, all of a sudden my entire body gets set up in a way that I wouldn't if the ball's out there. Okay, so oftentimes I'll kind of really over-rotate here and just stare down like this. So it's not mimicking a game or anything close to a game, but it also could be putting us into a position that we don't really want to get into. Okay, so it could be creating some bad habits. So think about when you put the ball on the tee, even though the ball is just sitting here, envision a pitcher on the mound. Get in your stance, put yourself in the game. Say, okay, we've got an 0-0 count right here and I'm gonna be sitting on fastball, all right? So I'm in my stance, I'm picking up the pitcher, I'm gonna find the release point, I'm gonna track the ball into the hitting zone, and then I hit, okay? And I should do that every single time, all right? Takes a little bit of work, but not that much work, okay? It really isn't. So track the ball into the hitting zone every time. Imagine a ball coming in. The next thing is moving the tee around. So what a lot of players do is they just put the ball on the tee and they put the tee, let's just say right here. And they put it at a certain height and they hit every ball there and that's it. And then they're done with their tee work, okay? So I wanna move the tee around, okay? So I wanna hit middle, I wanna hit away, I wanna hit in, I wanna hit up and down. So I'm moving the tee up and down, in and out. Okay, I'm not just hitting the same ball every single time. Obviously in a game, we've got to be able to cover the entire plate. We've got to be able to cover balls up and balls down. So don't just put the ball at one point and hit that all day long. The other thing is, don't just work on what you're good at. A lot of players I'll see, if they hit the ball in really well, then they just put the ball in and they just hit a bunch of balls there and that's it. So work on your strengths, yes, but also work on your weaknesses and spend some time on balls. If you don't hit the ball in very well, then work on the ball in a little bit extra. Still make sure you're covering everything else, but maybe do a little extra work there. All right, if you don't hit the ball away, do a little bit of extra work there. But make sure you're doing your strengths and your weaknesses, not just with what you're great at. The last thing is, typically in tee work, you're gonna have a partner, right? So a lot of times at practice, like, all right, partner up, go get some tee work. So you're gonna have somebody putting the ball on the tee for you. It's really important to not be distracted by that player, okay? So if you are the teammate that's putting the ball on the tee, don't talk. Just put the ball on the tee, okay? It's very easy for that player to just start yapping about all kinds of stuff that happened in school that day and everything. And all of a sudden there's a conversation going on, and it's like, okay, I hit and then I talk, and the ball's on there and I hit and I talk. And so it's really hard to focus and think about any of the things we talked about so far if you're gonna be in a conversation with your buddy, all right? So the person putting the ball on the tee, don't talk. That makes it much easier for me as a hitter to just focus on what I'm trying to do. And if your partner doesn't want to be quiet, you can say, hey, I'm focusing on something here. Or you can say, hey, I'll put the ball on the tee. Go someplace else, please. I'll do it myself. But don't let your partner just distract you, and don't get caught up in having a nice, fun conversation with them. You can do that before practice, after practice, or when you're hanging out in line somewhere waiting to do something else, okay? So really, really important. I see that done an awful lot. So hopefully these tips will help you out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, share with all your friends, all that good stuff. Go check out all our other videos. I've made thousands of them, literally. So hopefully they help you out as well, and that's all we got. We'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about building the elite swing, check out our new course. We have over 2 hours of content, almost 30 hitting drills. We break down the exact mechanics that you're going to want to implement into your swing. I've put the link in the description if you want to go check it out.